Hey guys, and welcome to another exciting video in this Halloween series. Now this time I will be tackling something which is rather special and exciting for me, and it is films that I will be watching over the Halloween season. Now as a filmmaker, there is nothing more important or lovely for me than just to settle down under a blanket when it's raining outside and just get a good film on, a good horror film. So these are some of my favourites and some of the things that I will be watching over this season. To kick things off, we have Lost Boys. This is one of my favourite 80s films, horrors. I just think it's absolutely fantastic. I can remember I watched this when I was quite young and it blew me away, kind of how gory it was in places, but definitely a film that you should be watching over Halloween. I think this is probably the film that you go to when you're thinking about vampires, not Twilight. Okay, number two is probably one of my favourite horror anthologies, and that is Creepshow. So George A. Romero, written by Stephen King, actually starring Stephen King as well. It's crazy good fun, the animated sequences, the whole kind of comic book lighting. I absolutely love it. If you haven't seen it, I definitely advise check it out if you're in for something which is a little bit quirky. Okay, so this was one of my favourite films that I actually was lucky enough to get the chance to see in the cinema this year. I cannot praise this film enough, and that is It Follows. This film, for me, actually genuinely scared me, and that actually takes a lot. It wasn't like necessarily jump scares, but just kind of the whole concept and the kind of just slow build up of tension. It's just absolutely fantastic. It's got a lovely 80s vibe to it. If you're in for something which is a little bit more indie, I guess, I definitely recommend this. I do believe it hasn't been out obviously too long. It only got released a couple of months back, so you can still pick it up quite easily in stores. Okay, so The Strangers is next. Probably one of my favourite slasher films, aside from obviously the iconic like Freddy and Jason, that sort of thing. Absolutely love it. I think this one is another great film for autumn as well, as it kind of has that whole autumn vibe going on in the film itself. Really, really good fun and genuinely quite harrowing in places. So yeah, please check that out. So I do believe this film actually got voted as like one of the top 10 horror films in the last decade or something, which I kind of agree with, because there was parts of the film where I was fangirling so much as a horror fan. So that is Cabin in the Woods. Obviously, if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to ruin anything for you, but the ending is literally incredible. If you don't agree with that, then obviously that's absolutely fine, but as a fan of the genre, I absolutely loved everything about it. Again, it's just your traditional literal cabin in the woods film, so you should definitely check that out if you just fancy something a bit fun and quite scary. So going a little bit fun and a little bit off tangent, I guess, this time, Rocky Horror Picture Show. Me and my girlfriend are absolutely addicted to this. We actually went to go see it last year near Halloween, so I kind of make it a little bit of a tradition to kind of always try and watch it now every year. I think it's an absolutely fantastic film, the way it plays with kind of the conventions of the genre. I'm not a huge fan of musicals, but I absolutely love this. I think it is because it pays homage to such like great B-movies and that sort of thing. So yeah, definitely check this out. Okay, so I'm bringing these two up together. Now this is Asylum and Coven, American Horror Story. Now I know the new season of Hotel will be airing this year. These were my favourite two seasons. Now Asylum for me is the greatest season out of all of them, hands down. I don't think they'll ever beat it, if I'm being honest. But then Coven, I really didn't like watching it, but then kind of rewatching it, I'm not lying, I've probably watched it about 6 times. It really has grown on me. And I obviously fell in love with Fleetwood Mac partly down to that season. I think it's quite popular anyway, but when I'm not watching Hotel, when it's on TV, I will be watching these two on repeat. Now this is my only DVD in the kind of collection I'm showing you guys, because I am a little bit of a Blu-ray snob. I'm just trying to upgrade everything to Blu-ray, but I don't believe this has had a release yet in the UK, and that is Hocus Pocus. Now I didn't actually watch the film when I was younger because I was always told that it was going to be too scary, so I watched it only really for the first time a couple of years ago, and ever since then, even when it isn't Halloween and I'm just kind of missing autumn or I'm missing that time of year, I just put this on and I just feel like a kid again because it is so ridiculously 90s. We are saving the best two till last then. This has got to be the greatest anthology I think I've ever seen in the horror genre, hands down, and it is just the perfect homage to the holiday of Halloween, and that is Trick or Treat. Now it inspired me. I actually made my own film called All Hallows Evil, based kind of on the same idea of different stories interweaving with each other on Halloween night, purely because I love this film so much. It's a great film, thoroughly entertaining, has some great people involved in it. and it's just so great. It's kind of like watching Pulp Fiction, just with monsters and slashers and so much more happening. It's absolutely fantastic. I cannot sing more praise for this film, so please, please, please check this out. And finally, it's got to be the granddaddy of them all, and literally the title says it all, Halloween. It's my favourite horror film, and I don't think, again, it will ever be beaten in my eyes. It kind of kick-started everything, and it's just absolutely fantastic. Just the fact it all takes place on Halloween night is just really an extra layer of spookiness to it. Absolutely love this film, and again, it's something that I watch year round, but especially at this time of year, even on the day, I'll always try and watch Halloween, just because you never know, Michael Myers may always be outside. So that is it. That is all that I'll be watching over this Halloween season. There are quite a lot of films, I guess, I'll be getting through, and I guess if you are a horror fan or if you're new to the genre, I would definitely recommend each of the titles that I've put forward today. They're all thoroughly entertaining, and in my eyes, I really enjoyed them. So if there's anything else that you guys might be watching or you think that I might like to check out, then please just leave a comment below, and remember to give this video a like. Thanks again for watching, it means the world, and I hope you guys are all getting ready for Halloween. Thank you.